Hello everyone. Today we're going to be making this card. It's a nice pretty Valentine for a friend. So this is what it looks like on the outside. And I found a really pretty poem to put on a piece of very vanilla cardstock. I just printed it right from my printer. It says, "People come and people go, in and out of your life, and so, when one shines bright among the rest, and is there when needed, you're truly blessed. That is how I see you, friend of mine, and why I'm sending this Valentine." Alright, so that's what that says, and then the little Happy Valentine's Day. So let's get started. Alright, so to begin with, I'm going to just tell you a few of the items that we're using. Alright, so we're going to use a piece of the striped organdy melon mambo ribbon and just tie it into a pretty little bow. Using a piece of Pretty in Pink, I stamped down the Happy Valentine's Day from the Teeny Tiny Wishes stamp set, and I punched it out using the word window punch, and then I put some dimensionals on the back, and we will adhere that to a piece of More DSP, which I punched out using the extra large modern label punch, which looks like that. Okay, so then we'll fix those in a moment. I am also using a Raspberry Ripple Dahlia, and I'm using a retired stamp set, which I still love, and I wish they'd bring back, but sometimes you can't get everything you want. It's the I Heart Heart stamp set, and we're using the Friend stamp from that. I inked that up. That's what it looks like. I inked that up really well in the Raspberry Ripple and stamped it down on a piece of very vanilla cardstock. And then I cut it out using this heart from the Hearts Collection framelits. Then we're going to be using two pieces of More cardstock, and that's cut at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So two pieces of that, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And for one of them, this is the piece that goes in front, I took a piece of the Melon Mambo striped organdy ribbon and I just adhered it to the back using some red line tape, or some sticky strip, whatever you call it. And I'm going to use a piece of very vanilla cardstock cut at 3 13/16 by 5 1/8. So it's 3 13/16 by 5 1/8. I sponged it first in the primrose petals and then just real tight along the edge using the Raspberry Ripple. So I would take the primrose petals and just go kind of in and sponge, and then using the Raspberry Ripple just go right along the edge. So you kind of just it's a little two-toned, a little lighter towards the center, a little darker on the edges. Okay, and this is where I printed that saying out onto the very vanilla cardstock. Using this heart from the Hearts of Flutter collection, I set it down and rolled it through my Big Shot, and I got that little hole, or that little heart, cut out right there. Alright, and then I took a piece of Pretty in Pink, gotta find it, and I used a combination of my Hearts Collection framelits and the smallest one of the Hearts of Flutter collection framelits, and I put them together, and I just used a piece of tape, so I put them together. This one's the Hearts of Flutter, this one's I think this is the smallest one of the Hearts Collection framelits, and you'll just adhere them together using a piece of Scotch tape. And I used a piece of Pretty in Pink cardstock. So the reason why I tape them together is that I will lay it flat on top of a piece of Pretty in Pink piece of cardstock and roll it through my Big Shot, and you'll get two pieces. You'll kind of have to punch them out a little bit from the dies, but it'll come out like that. So then you'll have this piece, which you can use later, and this piece, which makes a nice little frame for that heart. See what I mean? I also used a piece of Pretty in Pink cardstock that measures 4 1/4 by 11 and is scored and folded at 5 1/2. Alright, so using the More Amore die cut hearts, which look like this, you get a sheet like this and a sheet in the Raspberry Ripple as well, I believe. You're just going to kind of freehand cut, and it's a little tedious, but it's well worth it, because then what you get is a heart that looks like this, and you see I've already changed it. So I put some basic pearls, and I took this size heart from the Hearts Collection framelits, and I just rolled it, before I put these on obviously, I rolled it through my Big Shot and made a center heart like that for a frame. So first what I wanted here is this piece to the front of my base piece. Oh, and one thing I did with this ribbon is I used a glue dot right about here. So this would be the top left corner of your card. I put it right here just to kind of hold it a little bit more steady, so that when you put that dahlia on, it's going to kind of hold everything a little bit steady. And I'm actually going to use a glue gun to put the dahlia and that little ribbon, this bow, on. Okay, so I'm going to put the dahlia on right now, and just be super careful not to burn yourself, because this is pretty dangerously close to the very, very scalding hot glue gun with your fingers. So just put a little dab on it and place it where you want. I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of that laser cut heart. I've just got the adhesive on my friend card right now, our friend heart right now. Alright, so a little bit of a few dimensionals on the back of that laser cut heart. Position the heart where you want it. I want mine right there. And then you're going to take your friend heart and just really carefully position it in the center of that die cut heart. And then just give it a nice little push, and it gives that little popped up dimension. Then you're going to take some basic pearls, and you're going to take 3 of the biggest ones in the regular pack, and you're going to put them on the bottom of your ribbon. So those look like that. And then you're going to take one of those bigger ones and 2 of these smaller ones and put them in the upper right hand corner right here. Okay, so when you're done doing that, it looks like that. Next thing and last thing for the front of this card is the beautiful little bow that you made, and a little bit of the glue gun. Okay, so that's how that'll look. You're going to take these 2 pieces and find your center and run some adhesive on the back of that. And you're going to take this piece and the very vanilla piece and run some adhesive on the back of this. Adhere them together. Alright, run some adhesive on the back of those 2 pieces together. And you're going to adhere those 2 pieces to the base of your card on the inside. And position it where you want it. Perfect. Sorry, again, I'm upside down. It's just a little easier for me to do it that way. Then you're going to take some 2-way glue pen. What you're going to want to do is just run some 2-way glue pen right along the edge of this heart. Okay, and then you'll just put the heart frame, or whatever you want to call it, and press it on. And that's what that looks like. Then you're going to take 2 of these basic pearls, and using those one last time, you're going to put them up in the right curve of the heart. Okay, and that's how that'll look like. Look. Beautiful. I love this card. I hope that you all love it. I hope that you have a good friend that maybe you want to give this to. You could always just type this out from what I read. and then put it in a Word file for yourself, or find another sentiment online, copy and paste it and put it in a Word file and print it out on your printer. Again, I do want to always warn you guys that some printers may not be compatible with the weight of the Very Vanilla, so print at your own risk, because I don't want to be responsible for breaking your printer, so you've been warned. That's it. I hope you all like it. I hope you all can use it. And until next time, happy stamping!